is going to be climate change. Listen.
We're going to start focusing mainly on climate like global warming, and so our next thing is going to be for climate change awareness.
Climate crisis, climate change.
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 Climate crisis.
Climate change.
Climate change.
Warming climate. Climate crisis.
Climate change. Climate change.
Climate change.
Climate change.
Climate change. Climate emergency.
Climate change.
It's all about climate change. And in the book Great Controversy, everybody, I'm making a slight transition now. We're told that Satan can manipulate the weather. Listen, if this fire conflagration, overwhelming, this inferno in LA is not sent by God, but sent by Satan, remember, the Bible says that Satan can manipulate the weather. And Satan can inspire his human agents to manipulate the weather and to bring calamities, so-called climate change, floods, hurricanes, tornadoes. Now we're dealing with earthquakes, fires. Don't forget that, my friends. Yes. And we're in winter, hail storms. They can manipulate the weather. Great Controversy, page 589 confirms. And that's based on the book of Job, which I will get to shortly. Listen, can they manipulate the weather? Listen, several years ago, people would call what I just said as conspiracy theory. Well, here it is. Watch.
Thanks to the US, the White House has released a report. It indicates that the Biden administration wants to study altering sunlight to research this phenomenon some more because it could potentially cool the planet. And fairly quickly, that too.
Now notice, second clip. I'll come back to it. Listen.
And this report talks about a bunch of ways to limit sunlight reaching the Earth, like increasing cloud cover over the oceans or reducing the amount of a certain type of cloud. All of these methods have risks, significant ones. And most of all, each one of them can make things much worse.
Listen.
Like alter global weather patterns or disrupt food supplies. And, as mentioned earlier, even lead to abrupt warming. Several experts have warned against this controversial method, though for now it seems like the US is seriously considering it. And if so, the White House should know that it's playing with fire, quite literally.
Playing with fire. Now notice, in those two clips of the same presentation, it mentioned the sun in connection with fire. Is that not what I just read? In Revelation chapter 16, verse 8 through verse 10, the fourth plague. Sun and fire scorching men. Don't you forget that, my friends. And remember now, the seven last plagues are actually payback, God's payback upon the tyrants who are unrepentant and how they brought fire to destroy humanity. Payback. So I believe that this could well be the tyrants manipulating the weather to bring about the fire there in LA. Now, could it be natural? Could be natural. But friends, listen to me carefully. It could very well be Satan and his human agents. Watch this, my friends. Lightning can spark wildfires. Yes, my friends. And the Pope of Rome is also a part of the movement to manipulate the weather. Why do they want to manipulate the weather? Well, Inspiration says in the book Great Controversy, page 589, the very same ones who claim they care for humanity and care for society, those same individuals will bring disease and disaster. Everybody, watch this now. Until disease and disaster, until populous cities are reduced to ruin and desolation. What are the 10 populous cities in America? Beloved, New York is number 1, and Los Angeles is number 2. What's happening right now in LA? Disaster. until populous cities are reduced to ruin and desolation. All right, friends. End time prophecies being fulfilled. And what's the end goal? Let's continue with the statement. Watch carefully. Even now, the devil and his human agents are at work. How may we know? In accidents, calamities by sea and by land, in great conflagrations. That is infernos. That's it, my friends. And it says these calamities will become more frequent and more disastrous. All right. And what is the end goal? The mark of the beast will then be enforced. The mark of the beast will then be enforced. And friends, one reason why many are going to call for the mark of the beast to be enforced, and one reason why many will accept it, is to bring back temporal prosperity. That means in order for the mark of the beast to be enforced and people to accept the mark of the beast, that means prosperity. One more time, prosperity must be destroyed in America. There it is, my friends. All right. Blue words in the middle. They are troublers of the people, those who refuse the mark of the beast, preventing America's restoration to divine favor and temporal prosperity. And the fire is destroying prosperity over there in LA. Signs of the last days. And the Pope of Rome is saying Sunday must be enforced as the law of the land to combat calamities. It's clear, my friends. All right, everybody, watch carefully. This is Bible Now. Do you remember earlier I told you to recall and don't forget a particular headline which said hell from above, fire from above? Look at Revelation 13, verse 13 to verse 17. How will the mark of the beast be enforced? Here's one way. It says, he doeth great wonders, so that he makes fire come down from heaven. Fire from above. Fire from heaven. Hell from heaven. On the earth. But this fire, it says, will deceive those who are on the earth. And then they'll form an image to the beast. And then comes the mark of the beast being enforced. You'll be killed if you don't worship based on what the government says. And you won't be able to buy or sell the fire, my friends. Everybody, watch carefully now. Remember, on the left,